What is good, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over Zytalos' top 16 VASKII Turbo list from the latest Edison format WCQ over in Format Library. I remember when we streamed the event, we definitely covered at least, I think, a couple of Zytalos' games, because obviously you all know VASKII, one of my favorite sort of jank boss monsters out there in the format. Card is unironically pretty good, so not difficult to see why Zytalos was able to do pretty well with this deck. Yet again, I don't think this is his first good performance with the deck. So let's go ahead and let's go over the list real quick. So obviously we're on triple VASKII. I think it pretty much only makes sense to be on 3 since the deck's kind of all built around VASKII. I'm pretty sure all of my builds at this point are also on 3 VASKII too. Although I did at one point have a build that played 2 VASKII, but I think really with these kinds of decks, whether you go the full reptile way or not, I think you should really center everything around VASKII, because VASKII is like the best card. VASKII is just so good, man. Like, you tribute 2 0 attacks to special. It's actually like super easy to summon. Like, you just get Danny in rotation whatsoever, you just summon VASKII for free. It's like super easy to summon. Its stat line is really good, 26. It gets over Stardust, gets over Caius, gets over just like everything that isn't just freakishly huge. And then it can pop a monster just for free, and then it can also still just attack the turn you pop the. So it's not like Sork or other things like that. It's like you can just kill something, you can just drop it, kill something, trade with Bottomless Trap Hole, drop it, kill something, swing in, whatever. So VASKII, very good, often trades well. Also, he's on 1 Naga. There's a few kind of weird ratios in here. I guess maybe just like in testing, 1 Naga somehow worked out, but obviously it's not really searchable since we're not on Sangan or 1-for-1 or the Reptilian Gardna thing. So it's just kind of a random one-off Gardna. Also on triple Snowman Eater, kind of makes sense because he's on triple Debris, and then I guess it's also a water for the hero package. The hero package gives you another outlet to use tokens because of the plasma being searchable, and it also gives you Future Fusion, which is another way to get to Dandy. So I think the hero package is something that makes a lot of sense in the Reptile deck. Just playing like some minimalistic Future Fusion plus some heroes, and then also he's on triple Caius because his build is on Fires of Doomsday. I've definitely tested this out before. Because, of course, Fires of Doomsday, it enables your Caius, it enables sort of Debris tuner stuff to a lesser extent, and then it enables VASKII because it's just a free way to cheese out VASKII. And, yeah, so Fires of Doomsday and Scapegoat and Foolish and Future Fusion, just tons of ways of getting to your tokens. And, of course, you got that triple Debris Dragon to go with the Dandelions that you get into rotation super easily. Also on some, like, Creature Swap. Creature Swap and Miracle, just some weird random one-offs there. The Rhoda, just to have the hero package a little more consistently, I guess, although it is kind of limited in terms of targets. And then pretty slim back row lineup here with just double Bottomless Mirror, 1 Phoenix Wing, maybe to get Dandy out of your hand, and then Solemn Torrential Dust Shoot. And then, the side deck, we got some standard side deck cards. Extra deck is just all of the dragon guys and the hero stuff. So that's the build. I don't think it's bad. It's definitely a bit different from my builds. I definitely prefer playing Gardna and Offerings to the Snake Deity, because I think those are some of the best cards as well. And it gives you a way to make VASKII searchable too, which is just like the fact that you can search VASKII, on top of everything else I said about it, the fact that it's just a searchable boss monster is really cool as well. And I think it's something that's pretty unique about it, because most decks simply just cannot search their boss monster. But yeah, obviously this is a different build. This is Zytalos' approach, going more of a good stuff route with the just triple Caius, triple Snowman Eater, and some more maybe broader hero package. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at some replays that I play with the deck. First up against Lightsworn Vayu. Now this is an interesting game. I think we hold the Dust Shoot. We did the meme where we held the Dust Shoot and then he Typhoons it, so we got like so rewarded. So we definitely feel very smart there, but he does have Solar Recharge, meaning that we're only going to get to know 2 cards in his hand. So it's not like we get the +1 off the Dust Shoot, but the knowledge isn't all that valuable. However, here we can just go for Plasma and like win the game, right? Because we know about Gale, I think, and then the other 2 are unknowns, but in this sort of Lightsworn deck, these sorts of Lightsworn decks tend to get owned really hard by Plasma unless they have the Honest to out it. That's basically their only game plan. They rely so much on monsters for like spot removal and stuff. And yeah, they just concede here. That wasn't actually lethal, so maybe they should have held out one more turn, but it was like pretty close. I think they're going to live on 100 or something. So here, I think we have to do this play, but it's not very good. It's not very good at all. So I think we just set everything. They go charge of the Light Brigade. They get a Raikou, and then they summon. Oh no, they upstart, and then they summon Greffer. And I actually judgment this because they're gonna start like going crazy with the Vise, and I want to prevent that as long as possible. They go Monster Reincarnation, drop Sork. This was probably a misplay on their part. They should have saved this, but they did it because they thought they were gonna get a draw. But obviously, they don't get a draw. So we run over the guy. They should have gardened there, probably. Because now we get to flip up a limb, attack into the known Raikou. They garden it now, but then we just Caius it. Maybe I should have held the Caius, actually, because we knew it was just a... Well, the thing is, if they garden it there, it's like... We think they probably have some reason to convert it, so I guess it makes sense just to get rid of it. And then we know about Gale, I think, because they summoned the Sirocco. But I thought they were just going to Gale me, but instead they go for the Plague play here, which involves committing a lot of cards. I think Gale run over was probably better. Because if we like drew a Foolish or a Future Fusion, we would just win. I think. We would just win because they committed all their cards into this play, and then they draw another card. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we could have done anything there. It seemed somewhat hopeless. The turn 1 play with the creature swap was just kind of eh. I guess it kind of baited them into the, like, negging with the monster reincarnate into Sork. But, yeah, I don't know. Here they go for Greffer and then hit into my Naga. And then there's no reason to drop VASKII yet. We can just crash and get rid of it. It's a free +1. At this point, I think we just creature swap pass. I think we actually, yeah. I'm not feeling the creature swap, I gotta say. I think that that card feels a little bit suspect. And we get a terrible mill off that Raikou. In fairness to me, like, we just needed to hit one debris target. Fortunately, they, like, Crow on the Revive Naga, so I kind of just bait them into using Crow on nothing. They summon this thing, but we bottomless. I guess that just seemed like prime bottomless food. Oh, wait, I was worried about Black Rose. I didn't want to get forced to Judgment yet. Alright, so they go Brain. That's really good for them because it was a Snowman Eater, so the Brain just trades positively. We can set 2 here. They Caius me, but we can bring out VASKII next turn with the Fires of Doomsday, which definitely feels nice because we're just going to out that Caius for free, get in for 26. I could maybe have respected Gores, but then I have 1 in hand. So we set deck dev, and then here this whole time I'm kind of wondering why they never go for the Plague play. Because I think there's like multiple turns that they could have, but they just don't. Here, I guess it makes sense they go for Caius instead, but I think we just Judgment that Caius, obviously. And then we draw to Brain Control, they Gardna, and they set Return. We try to attack. They actually have Return for the different dimension here. I don't think they used it, though, which is kind of wild. Because they're just gonna die if they're gonna die and then they do die. Also, they could have used it to stay alive here, so yeah, why didn't they just return? They never returned, huh? Well, we just attack for game because we have the limb. I think they, like, sided out all the lights. This must be some kind of weird smoke screen deck where they, like, side into Vayu Turbo. Because I think keeping in the limb was probably a mistake then. I don't know. But, yeah, it was a weird one. Weird one indeed. We end up just kind of killing them. Just VASKII beat down. Yeah. So we were obviously just super fine. We have Brain and Plasma and Debris Dragon at this point, so pretty much nothing that happens is gonna win them the game from here. Next match was up against X Sabers, and we get like turn 1 Hamster Dust Shooted, so not very good start for us. I think he goes into Urbellum here, which was probably the best play. It was probably right. We put back the Debris. He probably should have just taken the Gores, though, with that Dust Shoot since we had the Rhoda in our hand, because like we actually don't have another good Rhoda target, so we kind of just got value out of the Rhoda. Here, yeah, he's Heavy Storm and Fall Troll, so I think we pretty much lose the duel. I don't think there's anything we can do. We could drop Gores, but that's not really going to deal with the problem. Actually, things almost went pretty well here. The issue is we, like, draw our cards in the wrong order. Yeah, no, we blind Allure and then we miss, and it's just like, we're dead, okay. Yeah, dang, if we could have had that Brain Control, though. If we could have had that Brain Control, we'd have been killing it. Or maybe if our Blind Allure had hit and we had something else with a Torrential, would have been good, but unfortunately not in the cards for us. Game 2, we opened Crazy, though. We actually, awkwardly, we don't have either of the Elemental Heroes in our deck, so I can't mill Dandy. So instead we just kind of have to do this. So I make a pretty... Yeah, maybe I should have set that deck dev. But, like, I didn't know I was going to top deck into a way to get the deck dev live. And then he just goes, like, all in on this play with Hyunlei, and it kind of just works out for him. I don't know. I don't know what I should have done. Like, maybe I could have been more aggressive there, but I feel like if we resolve deck dev, you just win the game. So we greeted it. Unfortunately, the 50-50 Typhoon is going to hit our Mirror Force. However, I think against all the odds, this Dust Shoot does end up resolving eventually. Somehow. He's kind of just drawn dead, which, you know, fragile combo deck, it can happen. He draws into Cold Wave. I don't know why he didn't just go for it. Well, actually, yeah, this is a weird situation where he didn't use the phase button, so he just gets Dust Shooted anyway. But he was, like, setting that monster instead of just, like, slamming his buttons. I feel like you kind of just gotta play to win in this situation. But no, I guess the plan was to try and draw another spell so he could Cold Wave, but not going to work out there in game number 2 for the opponent. Just too many dead draws, and yeah. Game 3 we opened in okay-ish hands. I don't know. We get End Phase Typhooned, which isn't great, but we still have the Scapegoat. Our VASKII does get Solemned, which I thought about using Storm there, but I'm just like, nah. But then he just has Catfall Troll, and the game is over, so... Yeah, you draw Catfall Troll and X Sabers, the game is over. That's just how it goes. He also had Storm, so even if we had drawn defense, we were actually so screwed. So not a lot you can do against X Sabers when they draw good, I guess, but we do low-key get owned in that second match there. So that's what we had for the VASKII Turbo build. I mean, I think it definitely has some merit. Zytalos did well with it. Caius Abuse is definitely not something to scoff at either. Caius is a very good card, and this deck can use it a lot. So, yeah, I mean, the build is it's interesting. I maybe wasn't super used to it because I'm used to playing my other build, so I probably played suboptimally in here. I'm not super well versed in this version of the deck, obviously. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below, and I will see you next time. Peace out. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.